Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and some more Blood and Plunder here as we start sort of a new mini-series on yet another one of the cool aspects of the game. We've just completed a massive series on all the different special characters, the factions, etc. Today we're taking a look at this chapter here, which is the 9th chapter in the Beyond the line expansion, and that's really where we get to add what they call characters or upgrade characters to the game, and these add a whole new wrinkle of abilities, especially if you're gearing up for some like competitive play, but also just thematic inclusions here in your list. There are some caveats though to running them, and as they mention here in the description of them, it's a whole range of specialist type of guys. So could be heroes, hostages, specialists that enhance the abilities of the unit they're attached to, and more. There's a lot of neat things, but there are some key rules as far as using them. So this is just going to be a quick video to provide an overview of like, here's the requirements aside from any like individual model specifics as far as bringing these guys into your game. Now, in a lot of cases, they have some models now available to represent them. But in other cases, you might still need to do some kit bashing with the plastics and so on and so forth to really get the exact model that you want. But let's jump in here. So one character may be added for every 50 points of the total force limit. So for example, if we're playing a 325 point limit game, which would be pretty dang huge, we could actually include up to 6 characters. Now, players must pay points to add characters to their force just like any other model, and we'll see that they all have different point costs, some a little cheaper, some a little bit more on the expensive side. Now, the unit cannot contain more than one character unless a specific rule states otherwise, right? Which is a good sort of just internal balancing mechanism, right? Aside from the points limit here with the first sort of bullet point, but this just keeps ideally units from coming sort of like like to use a term from like 40k, building like a Death Star type unit where just you just absolutely dominate with that. So then moving on here, a force or company can't have more than one character of each type, and we'll see this the subsections as well, unless otherwise noted. So again, I love that a lot of this really is just already balancing right off the bat with that. Characters are attached to units exactly like commanders and follow most of their rules. However, so a character must begin the game attached to one of the force's units, and it activates with that unit. It does not count against a unit's maximum size. Character adopts the experience levels, fight skill values, all the stats basically, and special rules of the units attached to. If the unit doesn't have a shoot value for some reason, then it actually just gets a base of 7. If a character is the last surviving model in the unit that it was attached to, it still retains the stats from that unit as explained above, and basically is kind of like the last man standing. It does gain any special rules. The unit gains any special rules that the character has. So, for example, or likewise, actually, if a character is removed as a casualty or otherwise leaves the unit, then the unit loses those special rules, right? The character is no longer there. Makes sense. Similar to like a commander dying, right? The character does have their own weapons and equipment, though. And they may have their own limited version of command points. That's really one of the key attractive features of using these guys, is it's another source of getting command points. So if your character that you're using maybe only has like 2, for example, and you're trying to get like some extra command points without paying for one of the big super point special characters, this is a nice way to do that, and really spread the command abilities around too, so you don't have to necessarily be bunched up, because if your character only has a shorter command range too, that obviously will impact your decision making as well. So two last things here real quick. Character cannot avoid being removed as a casualty by spending a fortune point to cheat death, so that's only for your commanders. And then finally, they can't be used to roll a strike test if the commander is removed as a casualty, unless something else states otherwise. So a quick little overview, and we'll start getting into all the individual characters, but this is another fun opportunity to further customize your force, a whole other level of planning and strategy that you can use to really, again, not just customize the force, but execute your game plan, have fun on the tabletop and playing the games, but also, again, just really helps diversify the game even more, and just all the different things that are possible that go into a list, and certainly has its element for competitive play as well once you start adding these guys. And last but not least, right, it's another fun modeling opportunity to either paint the existing characters that they have released for these upgrade characters, or come up with your own suitable character. So hit us up in the comments, guys. Let us know if you have any questions on just the basics of the characters, or any favorites that you have for any of your factions that you do collect. Like and subscribe, and we'll have more for you soon.